Hello, good morning everyone. Good morning. Good morning everyone.
Good morning.
Today's something different actually. I can see people spread out throughout the room. And it looks good actually. It feels like I'm in a school or university actually. I would rather say my university time.
Good morning.
People are spread.
Good morning,
all
Professor.
over.
You are in a school.
Next professor.
Usually they say good morning, professor. Do I give a professor vibe?
Yeah, you have a ponytail.
I say about do I give a professor vibe?
Arts professor.
If yes, so which course?
Literature.
Philosophy. Yeah, right.
I love it. I love it actually. If I had not been doing computer engineering, if and I had no pressure of like going through the regular stuff, making money and taking care of home and blah blah thing, I would have chosen that literature one. Thoroughly, that was like in the back of head. But anyways, please. I think a lot of people are coming, having coffee. Yeah.
Sandwiches भी ले आओ यार.
इनको खड़ा कर दो. Punishment.
Coffee ले आओ, sandwiches भी ले आओ.
What is alternate career path be?
Because it's not mandatory.
He is a lecturer.
We get our rooms as per availability in Masters Union. So it's not fixed that we'll always be getting the same room. So keep your eye on the WhatsApp group and look out for the location. Good. So thanks to the guests for showing up on Sunday morning. For the members, you have to because you paid for it. Otherwise, you'll be wasting your money. But
Guilt trip दे दिया, nice.
That's what professor does.
yeah, that's what professor does. But anyways, I'm so happy. I'm so happy to see all of you guys here. And actually, I think I like this room. It's all spread. Had it been like all of you guys would be sitting this side, it would not give the same impression that everybody else spread. And thanks, Link, you sit there right there. So I'm gonna target you more. Hi, Linky, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
You're good. How was your week?
Very good. I watched 2 movies.
Wow, 2 movies. That's great. You went to theater.
To the
Yeah.
both days.
How come you're getting off? We are busy in our own work and you are going to office. Yeah.
When I'm just done with work, I straight away go to the hall, just check what movie is there and go and watch it.
That's cool actually, very interesting.
It's my relaxation.
People go to therapy for my relaxation, going to the movie.
वही therapy है bro.
After the names as well.
Movie therapy.
And the speech will be there.
Okay. Perfect. I love it. Love it. People have their own ways to relax. But again, we are here at Toastmaster International, and of course, we're here for a reason. And the mission of Toastmaster International is to provide supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills. Thank you, Alina. Resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And it has 4 core values, and they are service, integrity, respect, and excellence. And we are going to do the justice to entire mission. Before starting the meeting, we are already like 5-10 minutes late. So I would like to set up quick rules. First, please check your phone and whether it is on silent mode or not. Take your 5 to 10 seconds. Cool. The second ground rule is please do not exit the room while a person is speaking on the stage. It definitely disrupts the flow. So if you are having something urgent, please wait for the applause time. Take the exit or entry during the applause time. Third is by default we are recording this session. If you don't want to be part of the recording, please let us know. We'll edit you out of the video. I've never heard this actually. Somebody has ever objected to cut out the video. There's just one person. Who is it? Bhavesh. And the fourth is, at Toastmaster International, we don't talk about sex, religion, or politics in a derogatory manner. So please refrain from doing so. And I wish you an amazing session. Please have eyes and ears open. You'll learn a lot. And have a great networking session afterwards. Step over to presiding officer, TM Namita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sachin, for setting such a right tone of our meeting, and welcome you all to our meeting number 903. We have come that far. So, it is awesome. Alright, since we have a speech marathon today, we have a lot of beautiful speeches lined up, and we have to be mindful of time. Because of the technical glitch, we started a couple of minutes late, so let's keep in mind to be on time. I know we all love the stage space much. Alright, so I'll start with introducing Toastmasters, what Toastmasters is all about. More than 100 years ago, a man called Ralph C. Smedley, he came up with the idea of forming a platform, a learning and enjoyable environment where speakers can come, where members can come and develop their public speaking ability in a fun and enjoyable manner, hence the name Toastmasters. And since then, there have been hundreds and hundreds of clubs all around the globe. And GTMC is one of those clubs. GTMC has been running for 17 years, and hence we are on our meeting number 903 today. The usual structure of the Toastmasters meeting is that it has three parts. First is the prepared speeches section, where members come and deliver their prepared speeches, which are then evaluated by specific evaluators. Second part is the table topic section, which is the impromptu speeches, where members and guests both are given impromptu topics, and they have to give speeches for 1 to 2 minutes. Then we have the third section, which is the evaluation section, where each and every speaker is provided their feedback along with the auxiliary evaluators evaluating certain aspects of the speech. Today, since we have the speech marathon, we will do away with the table topic section, and we will have 5 speeches instead. Alright, with that I'll move on to the guest introductions. Before starting the meeting. So we'll start from here.
Hi everyone, I'm Sabar, and I think this is my second meeting. I'm most likely going to join and become a member by the end of this, so looking forward to it.
Welcome. What brings you here?
So in general, I've heard of Toastmasters for the last couple of years but never gave it a try. But now I feel I'm at a stage in my career where communication is an important skill, and that's what I'm trying to become better at. So Toastmasters just naturally happens.
Welcome. Introduce your name, what do you do, and what brings you here?
Hi everyone, I'm Priyansh. So I'm currently working at the First Square as a consultant, and what brings me here, well, lately I've seen that every sort of work, be it technical or something else, AI can do this, Claude can do that. So I thought that articulating your work and presenting it in a structured way is important skill, and public speaking as well. So that's what brings me in.
Welcome.
Hi, my name is Nitin, and I'm here for a couple of meetings now, and already started to become a member.
Yeah.
Very soon.
Yes, we got
And
it.
what brought me here is the kind of same reason I'm at that stage of my career where I need to work on a couple of critical skills like communication, leadership, and presentations. So looking forward to learning from all of you. Thank you.
Myself Rasool, and I'm here for the first time, as you can see, but the great welcome was the coffee and the wonderful concept, of course. So I just came to know about this concept being in Gurgaon for such a long time, but I've never been introduced to this. last week somebody told, and then I quickly connected with Hitesh, and then I got this opportunity. So wonderful to see this energy and vibe. I just want to feel this. That's my primary objective. And otherwise, I'm a founder of two small organizations. One is into consulting and the another into enabling. I'm also a TEDx speaker, but that doesn't mean anything big or small. No,
Wonderful.
it doesn't, believe me. And that was one of my worst, which I did. So, but nevertheless, I'm here to absorb this energy and learn from all of you. This is my
Welcome,
first.
sir. We learn
Good morning, everyone. Myself Ashish Vishwakarma. Actually, I'm a working professional. I'm working with Mobis, XN Hyundai Group. So, and this is my first day. Actually, the purpose of joining this class is to after spending so many years in corporate, still I find a gap in the communication. So that part I think that it need to be strengthened. That is the main purpose. Thank you, everyone.
Welcome.
Hi, I'm Purvi and I attended last meeting, so I've come back and surely will join as a member. So I am working at a fintech company called Ostra, where I'm part of the technical project management team. And I'm here because I feel, like I mentioned earlier too, that I have a number of ideas and I want to present and articulate it even better. So that's why I'm here.
One last.
Hi, I'm Shashank. I'm with my brother. This is my first Toastmasters meeting.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm just excited to also join.
Welcome. Getting started, and I hand over the stage to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Prince.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So, a very warm welcome to beautiful faces, glowing personalities, and the professionally filtered human beings present here. So, I'm delighted to serve you as a Toastmaster of the day, with the theme of the today meeting is makeup. So, before anyone gets panicked, so for chance, this session is not sponsored by any lipstick foundations or companies. And for ladies, I'm not going to check your contouring techniques today. So makeup, we are talking about the makeup, but it is not about the cosmetics at all. Although I will relate the topics of the cosmetics as well after the end of the session or during the session. But makeup, what is the makeup? That it is the expression, self-expression, confidence, presentation, while presenting yourself. So why did I choose this topic? So last year I got married. So what happened that I realized that I discovered a truth. Makeup is a very crucial part in life. Right. So I will come on that part also. So what happened that women do not get ready. They basically enter into a multi-stage production process. Whenever I and my wife have to go for a wedding, family wedding, or you can say the outing, then I get ready in 15 minutes. Hair done, shoe done, shirt done, trouser done, everything is ready. But my wife takes her own sweet time. So you can say that it is, I can call it as Mission Impossible or Brad expansion package. First she applies foundation, then eyeliner, then lip shade, and then change outfit, and then she finds out that lip shade does not match a vibe, I have to change. So this takes a lot of the time. So that's why I chose the topic. But one lesson that I realized that you can learn a lot of the things from makeup. Makeup teaches very life lessons to us. So we will talk about the makeup, or we will enter into the universe of the makeup. But before this, I would like to call G of today's meeting, that is Toastmaster Ganesh. very interesting topic. So today I am playing the role of general evaluator. My roles and responsibilities are I am observing all the things happening over here in the team, in the meeting. Along with my team, the special evaluators for the speaker as well as the general evaluators. So I'll call upon the stage one by one, grammarian, PM Akash.
Hello everyone. So today I will be playing the role of grammarian. So my roles and responsibility is to observe all the speakers and note down any good use of phrases or words they are using, and also note down if there are scope for improvement. So I am presenting the report in the end, and there is a word of the day today and there is the idiom of the day. Word of the day is spark. So spark, an example is basically some good speeches spark a good discussion. So this is one usage. An idiom of the day, piece of cake. Piece of cake. Piece of cake means something. Piece of cake.
This is for people, obese people, fat people like us. When you have that cake, you want the piece. That was right.
Yeah.
This is something we are doing which is very easy. Like public speaking is a piece of cake.
Not at all.
Not a piece of cake. So after the session, I'll be presenting the report. Thank you.
Just to add, whenever someone uses the idiom of the day or word of the day, we will show the thumbs up. Then second member or second general evaluator will be timer, PM Monica.
Hello everyone. My role as a timer is to monitor the time during the prepared speeches. So today we don't have table topics, we have evaluations. So for the prepared speeches, a green light will be shown at 5 and yellow will be shown at 6, red at 7. That means you will have 30 minutes to conclude your speech.
30 seconds.
30 seconds, sorry, to complete the speech. And for evaluation, we will have 3 minutes. So again, the green is for 2 minutes, yellow is 2.5, red is 3. That means 30 minutes to conclude the speech. And by the end of the meeting, I will be presenting a small report.
Just to add, whenever an icebreaker is being given, the time allowed will be 4 to 6 minutes. Then next one is our counter, PM Kriya.
Good morning, Toastmasters and wonderful guest. My name is Priya, and today I'm serving as the counter for speakers of the day and all the evaluators. So my role is simple. You can treat me as the pollution control board of your communications. So when our mind goes slow or in a buffering state, some of the awkward words or unwanted sounds that came into our mouth, those are called filler words, like well, basically, literally, actually, and like, etc. also. I'm also noticing the repeated words and also any awkward sound you create while under pressure. And right, so today's idea is not to be perfect. Today's idea is to focus or consciously or mindful about the filler words you're using, not to use that. So that's the idea of the day. Thank you.
Next one is active listener, PM Kritika.
Hi everyone, good morning. I am Kritika. Today I am going to be the active listener. So Sachin is not going to be the only professor today. So my role is I would be actively listening to all the speeches over here by our TMs, and we would have a tiny quiz. I don't know if that would be tiny, it would be probably stretched to 10 questions as well as last time. We do have mini treats as well, so that answering the questions and actively listening to the speeches is a piece of cake for all of you. Thank you.
At last, me and my team will be sharing the report. Now handing over to my team.
So we were talking about makeup. So makeup is magical. It can turn sleepy into fresh, stressed person into successful, or a tired into I woke up like this, and the bachelors into the husbands during the wedding season. Honestly, makeup is the only thing in the world, I think, before and after photos, you can have the two different Aadhaar cards. But if we think deeply, makeup exists everywhere in life. People wear face makeup, social makeup, corporate makeup, LinkedIn makeup, and even the emotional makeup. So let me ask one question to our guests here today. So how many guests we have today? So when you entered the room, this room, for the first time, what did you feel? Was it an excitement or nervousness, or did you want to sit on the back bench or back chairs, not to become backbenchers and become invisible to it? What was your feeling? Excitement.
Trying to find a seat.
Basically, the big screen of the other excitement.
Yes, yes.
And what about you?
Curious.
Curious, okay.
Yes, I did too.
So actually what happens when we first enter into Toastmasters, we hide behind the chairs, okay, avoid eye contact and pray table topic session gets cancelled. And today fortunately it got cancelled. But gradually what happens that confidence becomes our foundation, communication becomes our eyeliner, humor becomes our blush, leadership becomes our highlighter, and public speaking becomes our signature look. And one day, we stand on stage confidently, speaking for 7 minutes without fainting. So to all our guests today, I warmly invite you to not just witness this information, become a part of it, join our club, pay the fees to Toastmasters. And with this, I would like to invite the first speaker of the day, Toastmaster Vishji. But before
Toastmaster
numbering is not Toastmaster Aishwarya. But before calling her, I would like to invite Toastmaster Krishna. Please, hurry with it.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Prince. So, good morning, everyone. Good morning. I cannot tell you how happy I get seeing so many faces willing to sacrifice their Sunday, and I being one of them. So yeah, it feels like I'm with like-minded people. I'm so happy to be here. But yeah, today I'll be playing the role of an evaluator. I'll be evaluating Toastmaster Aishwarya. It will be her very first speech. So for guests, let me tell you, like, it's called the icebreaker. The idea for an icebreaker is for the Toastmaster member to tell something about themselves to the group. You know, it could be any topic, any story, anything about their life. And so that's what I'm looking to understand and know more about Aishwarya. So I'm very sure, like, icebreaker, all of us have given, all the members have given, and I know the anticipation, the thrill, and the nervousness, goosebumps that you must be feeling. But let me tell you, like, you've already taken the first step, and everything's gonna get better from here. So yeah, good luck to you, and back to the Toastmaster of the day. Yeah, I forgot.
Sure. So at the end of the speech, I request all the members of guest present here that as a Toastmaster, we give the standing ovation whenever there is a icebreaker speech in the Toastmaster session. So Aishwarya, she is a user interface designer working at Spini. She loves painting, reading, and tracking. Currently, she is working on practicing consistency. She is very philosophical and a self-aware person. She has joined the Toastmasters to work on the public speaking. So her topic is becoming me. So with this, I would like to invite Toastmaster Aishwarya on the stage. Toastmaster Aishwarya becoming me. Toastmaster Aishwarya becoming me. Thank you.
So as a child, I thought I was special. I was a daughter of the most successful man in the town. Everything came very easy to me. Life was smooth and I thought the future would be the same. I dreamt that one day I'll grow up to become a Sydney Sheldon novel heroine, the successful businesswoman with offices all across the world. One in London, another in New York, another in Sydney. I thought I'd grow up, work very hard and make my father proud. And that was the plan. Design entrepreneur is what I wanted to be. The plan was to go to NIFT, complete the 4 years of education, work in a job for a year, understand the industry, and then start your own brand. And that's what I exactly did. After college, after my job, I moved to Kolkata. Being the strong, independent woman that I am, the identity that I was carrying for very long, the identity that I want to become, so being the strong, independent woman that I was, I took the whole burden of it on my shoulders. From getting my GST to building my brand, the logo, production, vendors, hiring, accountancy, everything was done by me. My brand was called ROCK, which stood for Rocks and Wood. I was building a range of sustainable, redesigned everyday products. It was the time when Daily Objects, babepoof.com was coming up. So this was around 10 years back. And then one day, after 6 months of this whole process, I got my first order. It was of 10,000 rupees from Dubai. I was very happy. 10 years back, first order, 10,000 rupees. And I was so proud of my work, just waiting to have multiple offices all across the world, waiting to be a millionaire. I thought there would be a huge queue of people standing outside my door to buy my products. But that never happened. There was no knock on the door. Some 3 to 5 orders per month. That really shattered me. It broke the image I had for myself, that I was building myself over the long years. The spark in me was somewhere lost. I thought, like my father, like all our fathers show it, business is a piece of cake, but it wasn't. There was so much more to it. Suddenly, I felt that I was no longer me. Like one day I was sitting at my laptop, trying to work, think logically about what happened, but my fingers, they refused to move. I thought, such an ambitious person like me, how can I not work? How can my body not listen to me? I knew something was wrong with me. Eventually, I went to see a doctor. I still get goosebumps thinking of the day sitting in the doctor's clinic and the doctor telling me that he sees severe signs of depression. Tears rolled down my eyes. I couldn't believe that a girl who was so cheerful, who was full of life, who had the brightest smile in the room, could have a label like this. I went back home with a prescription, went to my father, kept it in front of him, and I walked out of the room. I did not know what to say. He did not know how to react. I did not know what to expect. And like every Indian family, we brushed the important matters under the carpet. Next day, the breakfast was as usual. But I wouldn't let an illness take away me. I wouldn't let something stop me. I had to get back on my feet. And then I started therapy. And then eventually, I got my courage, I learned skills, I worked really hard, and I got accepted as a design entrepreneur course in IIM Ahmedabad. That was a very beautiful journey. The campus was great. The colleagues, my classmates were very inspiring. The professors, they loved my work. And I thought, I'm feeling myself again. I think I'm happy again. Yay, I've defeated depression. Wow, I was really proud of myself. For only to it relapse again. And again, I remember that moment where the relapse happened and I was like,
I worked so hard towards it, and how can it happen again? But then that is life, and life is unfair. And again, I refuse to give up. From all the skills I've learned from my therapy, I got down to work. I used them, and eventually I ended up winning in the courts. I ended up winning the Best Design Entrepreneur Award at IIM Ahmedabad, with also some cash prize and also access to the incubator center where they want to incubate my product. Today, when I look back, it's been 10 years since that incident. From 23-year-old dreamer, idealistic girl, I've become a 33-year-old wise woman. I think I'm still the same though. I'm still ambitious, I still dream big, but my definition of success has changed. I don't feel your worth is defined by what you achieve in life. There's so much more to life, so much things to prioritize, your health, your relationships, I think self-awareness, knowing who you are and eventually becoming that person. Today, if I think back of my 23-year-old self, I want to go to her and give her a hug and tell her not to be so hard on herself. And tell her one day, she would be really proud looking back at the journey that she's become. So this is me becoming myself.
Thank you so much, Aishwarya, for a wonderful speech and congratulations. You have speak a speech as well. So let's move on to our theme of the day, that is makeup. So for the ladies, or the beautiful ladies sitting here, what is the first step of the makeup routine?
Face cleansing.
Face wash. Okay. Easily now. Isn't it face primer, foundation that you realize?
Primer.
It's like
So I think it's a face primer foundation as per my research or as per my observation.
What? Face pack?
I've never used
Primer.
Face wash and
Face wash हम लोग ही कर लेते हैं ना.
Halfway there then.
Ice water face wash.
You have to go with the
The moment you said after foundation directly the eyeliner, we were very sure that you are 1 year into marriage. Because after a couple of years you will understand there is 7-8 steps. You know, till the time the eyeliner comes, it's like 4 things, 5 things already.
So I think it's a foundation of face primer as per my research or as per my observation.
It is exactly same as constructing a building, I guess.
So you know what happens if you skip the primer or foundation? I mean,
It's called foundation.
right.
Primer.
So if you skip the primer or facial foundation, then what it is? So makeup has nothing to hold into. It may look uneven or patchy or slowly start fading away. So with public speaking also works in a similar way. So you can't jump directly into the heavy ideas or detailed content without preparing the minds of your audience. Powerful speech needs a strong opening and introduction that clearly avoids distraction, captures attention, and makes the people want to listen from the very first sentence. So again, there's a question that whether writing a 7-minute speech or achieving the perfect eyeliner symmetry on both sides, which task is harder? What is harder between these two? Eyeliner. What is harder, writing a 7-minute speech? What is the difficult task, writing a 7-minute speech or achieving the perfect eyeliner symmetry on both eyes?
second one.
होता ही है पहले.
I'm sure it's just
Both need practice.
Why?
Both need practice.
Both needs practice.
They both need
But
Which one needs more?
which one needs
Second
more?
one.
Which one is more
Definitely
challenging?
eyeliner.
Second one.
Eyeliner.
Speech, you do not
You
need
have
to
different
rework from
opinion.
start. Eyeliner you have to work from
Yeah.
start.
Arranging Toastmasters
You
in
can't
key.
ask Claude to do it.
Yeah, and we can rewrite the speech.
Plus, Toastmaster Linky mentioned that both needs the practice. Okay, so that teaches a very important lesson of life. That I mentioned that makeup teaches the very important lessons in our life. Both require the patience, focus, and precision. Ability to stay calm when things start going slightly crooked. So preparation is the ultimate primer in life. When we prepare well, we smooth out our nervousness, fill the gaps of self-doubt, creating a strong foundation for confidence. It's a makeup or a meeting or a speech. Good preparation helps us present our best selves to people. With this, I would like to invite Toastmaster, second speaker of the today's meeting, that is Toastmaster Vishwajit. But before calling him on the stage, I would like to call Toastmaster Harish. And the second speaker on the
Hi, good morning everyone. So I'll be evaluating Toastmaster Vishwajit today. Vishwajit is on level 3 speech 3 of presentation mastery, and the purpose of this speech is to learn and review research methods and present a well organized and well researched speech. And I'll be evaluating him on clarity, vocal variety, eye contact, gestures, audience awareness, and how well researched the speech is. So, Toastmaster Vishwajit, please.
So Toastmaster Vishwajit is a procurement professional with a keen interest in operations, sales and technology. Outside of work, he enjoys fiction, debating and running. His speech title is Procrastination. Toastmaster Vishwajit, Procrastination, Toastmaster Vishwajit.
Procrastination, procrastination. What an awfully sophisticated word for being lazy. Right? So good morning ladies and gentlemen, this is Vishwajit, and today I am going to speak about procrastination. It got decided this Monday or Tuesday that I am going to give my speech today, and day one I thought that today I will decide the speech topic. I'll write a very good speech. Then after 5 days of practice, I will be the perfect version of me to deliver a speech. But guess what happened? I couldn't even decide the topic. Then Monday became Tuesday, Tuesday became Wednesday. I searched a few things, took help of ChatGPT, tried some more. Then I thought, picked some topics. I thought these are too complicated. Then I dropped some topics. Then I had a few busy days at work, and then came Saturday. I had no topic. I had zero readiness. Then I thought, given that I am so lazy and I have sort of taken so much time just to decide the topic, why not give a speech on procrastination itself? Right? Procrastination. The words sound so esoteric, so exotic, right? It's like something delicious, like paneer butter masala, like matar methi malai, or pizza potatoes, right?
Pizza potato? That doesn't sound delicious at all.
So, to be very candid, I will confess that I am a premium A category procrastinator, and I'm not here to shower you with ChatGPT generated pearls of wisdom on how to conquer procrastination. So there are two groups amongst us. One are my fellow procrastinators. I'm there to share my pain with my fellow procrastinators, and few quick fixes that helped me cope when I could. And to others, the efficiency enthusiasts, those who are able to have the optimum output in their lives, the chartered accountants. To them, I would say that thou shalt be our North Star in the coming times, and you are our North Star. And we shall pretend to shine like moon in your wisdom. But today is not the day. Today, you can sparkle in your narcissism. You can think yourself like Shivgamini Devi, happily thinking that look how imperfect others are and how perfect I am. So I will share one of my past experiences. 2-3 years back, I was into a very stressful project. I was being bombarded by a lot of tasks by my boss, by the client, and I had say 10-15 things on my plate, and I was not focusing on maybe 13 of them, maybe able to focus only on 2 of them. And at the same time, I was every time watching YouTube reels. At one place, there was a lot of stress, lot of pending tasks to do. On another place, I was watching YouTube reels. Then after a few days, few weeks, I thought, boss, this is not working out. So many pending tasks. I have to get hold of myself. So what I did was, I uninstalled YouTube reels, YouTube app on my Android phone.
How do you do that?
Yes.
Can you do that?
But you will be surprised if you are addicted to reels like me, like I was. That is not the solution. What happened after that was I got addicted to Google News. Every hour I will go to automatically my hand will go to Google News. I will look at some news and start reading. So what psychologists say is that procrastination is not just laziness, it's laziness on dopamine. Laziness pro max level. So what happens is that it's not just that you are lazy, you are trying to escape important tasks and trying shelter a short-term mood repair in few other tasks.
Safety.
You are going for safety, right? So the thing is, getting rid of the distractions doesn't help because it's only a quick fix. What helps is when your boss shouts at you, so many pending tasks what you are doing. So that's what happened to me. After some time, when things were really starting to get out of hand, I realized that I will have to start killing the tasks. So what I came out was that I will, out of the 13, 14, 15 pending tasks, I will do a quick and dirty analysis that why this particular initiative or this pending item is not a good thing to pursue, in my opinion. For example, one of the categories, my client had 500 gensets and they had some 20 vendors in 20 different cities, and I was told find saving in this category. I knew that if you have 20 vendors in this category and you are negotiating for 15 years, there is not going to be any saving. So what I did was I randomly called for 4 people on IndiaMart, took a quote, told my boss, I have taken 4 quotations. There is no scope. There is no juice in this category. Let's kill this initiative. So my quick fix to get over your pendency in your list is, at workplace especially, ask ChatGPT, how can I kill this task? What can I do to make it unsuccessful? If you feel it is. The second thing is that other than procrastination, there is another very delicious word in English. It is both a noun as well as verb. As a noun, it can mean a room full of elected, a person of a elected assembly. But as a verb, it can be putting your monkey on another people's back. Delegate. We delegate. We delegate our job to other people. Especially if there are people reporting to you. Now, those who are idealists might frown at me that why should you delegate? You should own up. You are a senior. But I was not fortunate enough to get good bosses. I had to do all the grunt work when I was a junior employee. So I will also do what I receive. I will also delegate. So in short, since the time is over, I have 2 quick fixes. Number 1, kill the task. Number 2, delegate. Back to you, team.
Thank you, Postmaster.
Kill the task. I like that.
Today morning itself.
That is practical advice.
I chose the topic yesterday.
Karna hi choose.
Speak on makeup.
What's your
and
topic?
go the content
What
and
is
what
it?
So now let's move on to the theme of the day, that is makeup that we're talking about. So the next question is that there is a most important part of the makeup, that is highlighter.
Okay,
So
okay.
anyone highlighter क्या होता है? Please explain.
हाईलाइट क्या करते हो?
मैं भी बता
जो चमकता है।
चमकने वाली चीज।
So red is very short, I think that is highlighter.
That is the most
So what does highlighter teach us?
घर का टास्क है ये।
How to find the right?
मेरे घर में कोई करता है,
How-
मॉम को भी
But
नहीं
man,
I would not even know.
any idea?
Master class in makeup. Master class in makeup.
Anyone else want to share?
Draw focus on the good parts.
What are the good parts?
Gravitation.
It depends on person to person. For example, for you it's
मैं भी मौका निकालूंगा।
Want to share any views? Ajay sir, you?
On highlight.
Highlighter. What is highlighter? Thank you.
It makes you shine. Grab pen, so you don't look tired.
ये झुमके की बात कर रही है?
I put it on regular basis.
रेटिंग झुमके में आता है ना, चमकता रहता है।
लाली सी होती है और
तो लिपस्टिक बोलो ना।
नहीं गालों में लाली लगाता है ना।
What does
वो हाईलाइट
highlighter
होता
teach
है।
us that it works
लड़कों को हाईलाइटर होता क्या है? We just know lighter.
without light? Even the best highlighter just sits there quietly, like us during a boring meeting when the camera is off. But the moment light hits on the highlighter, everything changes. It glows, it shines, it stands out. So in the same way, every person has a hidden talents, kindness, ideas and dreams. But these qualities only shine when we step forward with a confidence, courage and a little enthusiasm. So a highlighter teaches us a powerful lesson that you do not need to become someone new to shine. You simply need the courage to stand where the light can find you. So in public speaking, that light is your voice. When you speak with passion, enthusiasm, and energy, your words do more than inform the people, they inspire them. With this, I would like to invite the third speaker of the day, Toastmaster Satyam. But before calling him, I would like to invite Toastmaster Linky on the stage. Please give a good round of applause.
Okay, so I have, good morning everyone. I have the privilege of evaluating.
I have good morning everyone.
So I have the privilege of today evaluating Satyam, Toastmaster Satyam. His speech title already sparks attention. A name I trusted, that's his title. His pathway is presentation mastery, level 2, project 3. So the areas that I will be evaluating him on will be his speech structure and clarity, audience engagement, vocal variety and pacing, stage presence, body language. All the best.
Thank you. Satyam Srivastav, a senior data analyst at American Express, joined the Toastmasters to turn ideas into impactful stories, sharpen his public speaking skills. Traveler, tracker, curious thinker, enjoys exploring everything from geopolitics to meditation to workouts, space, gaming, and exploring perspectives that make ordinary things feel a little more extraordinary. With this, I would like to call Toastmaster Satyam on the stage. Please give a huge round of applause for Toastmaster. A name I trusted, Toastmaster Satyam. Toastmaster Satyam, a name I trusted.
Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. So good morning.
Good morning.
So let me ask you a question. How many of you has ever kept a secret from your parents? A real secret. The one that you plan to take to your graves. Because telling it would permanently damage your credibility at home. Mine happened last year. And even till today, my parents don't know about it. My siblings don't know about it. And I would like to keep it that way. Because Indian families, never forget your mistakes. And all the bad decisions turns into family folklore. And even after 20 years, let's say you're in a family function, someone would come to you and say, please do it carefully. We already know your history. So I would like to avoid that. And that is why I haven't told them. So interesting thing about this story is that it started like an ordinary evening. A friend of mine from Pune called me up and said, I'm coming to Gurgaon, let's meet. I said, okay, let's meet. So we planned to meet after office at dinner. So we went to Sector 29. We had our dinner. We talked about life, about career, about our billionaire ambitions, and all the things that we are not qualified to talk. We talked. And after 3 to 4 hours, we decided that it's time to leave. He went back to his hotel. I went back to my house. I booked an auto. I had a bumpy ride, but it was all worth it. I went to my home. Nothing happened till now. I had a good night's sleep. Next day, I was walking from my office to my flat, and I was very confident. I was very calm. I was at peace, not knowing what my fate has decided. And all of a sudden, I received a call. It was from a friend, not the one I had dinner with, another friend, a close friend. So this friend and I, we used to have large transactions on phone. So he called me up and he said, bro, I need some money. I said, how much? He said, bro, I need 60,000. I said, okay, done. Piece of cake. I opened Google Pay. I typed in his name was Manoj. I typed in his name. I opened the chat. I typed in 60,000 and I hit enter. It said, the money was gone. Now, till the next 3 seconds, I felt quite productive. Like an adult, like a reasonable adult, I felt very productive. But after 3 seconds, there was a tiny voice in my brain saying, let's check it again. So I opened Google Pay and opened the chat and I scrolled a little bit up and there it was, 74 rupees transaction a day before. I was completely shocked. What kind of transaction is this? Why did I send him 74 rupees? And then I figured out, I did not send money to my friend Manoj. I sent it to that auto wala Manoj. Oh. And I was shell shocked at that time. I was on call with him and I said, bro, I think I've made a wrong transfer. I disconnected the call. And I remember each and every organ in my body resigned at that point. I didn't know what to feel. Even movies, they tell you that fear, and when people are in fear, people scream. That's not reality. In fear, people go silent. Your mouth gets dry, your stomach drops, and there is a voice inside your head reverberating, 60,000 won, 60,000 won, 60,000 won. And that's what I was feeling at that time. I didn't know what to do, but I had to do something. I pulled out my phone. I started scrolling to find his number because I called him yesterday. So I found his number. I hit on call. Ring went down. And first try, no one answered. I called him again. Second try, no one answered. My heart was racing at that time. At the third attempt, I heard someone picking up the phone from the other side. Outside, I was very calm and composed. But inside, Titanic had already met the iceberg. He picked up the call and I said, Bhaiya, I took an auto from you yesterday and I accidentally transferred you 60,000 rupees today. On the other side was the auto driver. He was like, that is impossible, sir. My account never has more than 4,000 rupees. And at that point, I actually wanted to believe him. I said, Bhaiya, you might not be understanding it, so you might not be good with technology, so I'll come and I'll explain you. Please give me your details. He shared me his auto number, he shared me his location. I jumped out into my shoes. I started rushing outside. Meanwhile, my friends and my flatmate told me not to go. But at that time, logic has already left my brain. And before boarding the cab, I called him up. And there was a shocker. His phone was switched off. And that moment physically changed me. Because by that time I had some hope, but now the hope is gone. Yet I boarded the cab. I reached the location. It was a crowded place, yet I didn't find any auto. I didn't find that guy. It was all me under the street light, looking into the consequences of my decision in real life. That was depressing. And then the police station, routine visits started happening. I went to the police station. They referred me to cyber police station. I went there more than 25 to 30 times. Every time I go in there, they told me a new story. The officer is on raid. The officer is outside the town. The officer is on duty. He's done for the day. And after some time, honestly, it stopped being about the money. And it started being about the fact that how did I make such a stupid mistake? Why did I do that? And I haven't told my parents yet about this. And I would like to continue that because I still like being respected at home. And finally, I blame efficiency for this. Because I think in the modern generation, efficiency is the biggest danger. You touch, you get your food. You touch, you board your cab. You touch, and your life becomes upside down. And that's what happened to me. So I think efficiency, we have become so efficient that we have forgotten to take a long pause before thinking. And that is what has shaped us for now. So for now, what I do is that I've started one new thing. Before making a transaction, before taking a decision, I wait for an extra second. Because all it takes is a name I trusted. Thank you.
Okay, now let's move again. That the theme of the day is makeup. So now let's talk about one of the greatest invention makeup industry, that is concealer. So magical, I think it is a magical product that even the boys can use. That this likes the person who slept at 2 a.m. but still want to look at the mountain at sunrise. So concealer, I think it helps in very much way. So concealer hides the dark circles, pimples, dryness, this. And honestly, it's a life lesson again. So many times we also become a human concealers. Okay, so what happens that as a human we hide the stress behind the smiles, heartbreak behind I am okay, and confusion behind the professional looking LinkedIn posts. So the funny thing is that concealer works temporarily, and if someone keeps using the concealer without sleep, water, or rest, eventually even the concealer gives up. So life teaches us the same lesson. Ignoring the problems is not healing. Covering pain is not solving pain. We try to hide exhaustion with coffee, hide the stress with busy schedules, hide the emotions. At this point, even our coffee mug deserves a Toastmasters Leadership Award for emotional support. But here's a beautiful life lesson that the concealer is useful for confidence, but real glow comes from taking care of yourself. So the question for the audience that think it, are we healing our problems or just becoming the experts at covering them? Think about it. With this, I would like to invite Toastmaster Namita on the stage, fourth speaker of today's meeting. But before calling her, I would like to invite Toastmaster Hemant.
Hello everyone, good morning. So it's a privilege for me to evaluate Namita, and talking about her, her pathway is motivational strategies, level 3, project 4. The purpose of the speech is to inspire the audience, and the specific area she wants me to look into is to see the message lands correctly or not. So that's all from my side.
So Namita, she's I think she's a business storyteller, trainer, public speaker, and a published author. Title of the speech is Stories Served Hot. Stories Served Hot. With this, I would like to invite Toastmaster Namita on the stage. Toastmaster Namita, Stories Served Hot. Stories Served Hot. Toastmaster Namita.
Thank you. It's 17th May today. We have officially started summer vacations. Yes. Now back in school days, there was this one thing that bothered me continuously about these vacations. Whenever the schools reopened, either our English teacher or Hindi teacher asked us to write an essay on these summer vacations. Where did you go? What did you do? How did you spend your entire vacations? And our family having humble beginnings, we never planned any trip to anywhere during these vacations, not even to the nearest hill stations. And since my mom got married in the same town, there was also no faraway nanny house to travel to and spend the vacations. So I dreaded writing those essays. But once I grew out of school and I had enough savings from my Rakhi gifts over the years, I used to plan certain trips with friends. And my very first trip was to a nearby hill station, Nainital, mountains. Very excited. So we started, and traveling to the mountains for the first time with no prior experience of the travel, what should have taken 6 hours, it took me 10 hours. Because after every few minutes, I had uncontrollable dizziness. And I asked the car to stop, and I don't remember the number of times I actually puked on that very first trip. And yes, the trip was nice, it was good, but the travel bit, I said to myself, okay, mountains, yeah, not my cup of tea, I am not going to the mountains. But those were the only budget-friendly destinations we had, and my friends forced me into those trips. Mountains. And we used to cover all the hill stations. Gradually, I got over my dizziness, it reduced over the years, and I started finally enjoying the mountain breeze, the clear starry night, away from cities, AQI, and the staple diet of mountains, hot Maggie. It tastes very different in the mountains. And on one such recent trip, I had an experience that really felt surreal. So it was my trip to Ranikhet. And on the second day of the trip, I woke up a little early, before sunrise. I took the opportunity to slip away, got into my shoes, and I went out for the morning walk, enjoying the cool mountain breeze. And I walked quite a bit. Then I stopped seeing a tea and Maggie stall. There was one old uncle, just him, in that shop, running that shop, and 2 benches outside the shop. So I stopped there and I asked uncle for 1 cutting chai. And happily he said, please beta, have a seat. So I took my seat on the bench, and I just, quite unusual of me, but I started chatting. I asked him, uncle, since when you have been here? How long? And he said, beta, 30 years. And I was like, wow, 30 years? You have been running this shop? You never moved out or never planned to do anything else? Because tea sellers in our country have started successful chains, become viral influencers, or even, yes, exactly, the Prime Minister of India. He laughed and said, "Beta, what I have, even Modi ji doesn't possess that kind of experience of life." Curious, and I asked, "What?" He gave me the cup of tea and he started narrating. There is a boy from a nearby school, Ram. He comes happily every day before the school starts on his way, and he always asks for tea with cookies. He takes that, enjoys that quick breakfast before going to school, and talks unlimited. He talks continuously, always talking about the big bright plans he has for himself, the city dreams that he wants to build, the kind of life he wants to build. Very happy, very excited. And after a few years, he stopped coming. He did came. He returned one winter evening. He returned as a man, arrived in a luxury car, suited, booted, carrying 2 phones. Uncle recognized him. He was Ram. He asked him to have a seat. Ram asked for a cup of tea. Uncle asked, "How much sugar?" He faintly smiled and said, "The doctor said no." For the very first time, Ram sat quietly and drank his tea. I got his message. Uncle then asked me, "Stay for a Maggie." I couldn't say no. He started preparing Maggie and narrated once again. This time, it was a story of a young couple. The girl and boy, every time they came, they ordered just one cutting chai, sharing that hot cup of tea, giggling, laughing, and making plans of their future together, how they want to spend their lives, build their lives in a city, talking about all the plans they couldn't financially afford at that point. Suddenly stopped coming. Months later, the woman returned, all alone. She asked for tea and sat on the bench, staring at the empty seat across her. Uncle said, "People come here for tea, but they are not actually looking for tea. Life is exhausting, and what people come here for is to have a pause without being evaluated. And I feel fulfilled to serve that pause free of cost along with tea. Something no successful chain, no viral influencer, or even our Prime Minister can do." Thank you.
Thank you, Namita, for enlightening us to different stories. I think they told us a very good lesson. Now with this, we are moving to the last speaker of the day. It's time to just conclude the theme of the day as well, that is the makeup. So we discovered that the primer, that is the face primer, teaches us the preparation, highlighter teaches us to shine, and concealer teaches us healing. So Toastmasters teaches us the confidence. Because just like makeup, public speaking is also a transformation process. At first, we enter Toastmasters slightly nervous, avoid eye contact, sit quietly at the back, and during the table topics, we suddenly become deeply interested in the ceiling fan. But slowly, meeting after meeting, speech after speech, evaluation after evaluation, something changes. Fear becomes confidence, hesitation becomes expression, and voice becomes stronger than our self-doubt. So today's biggest lesson is every person is already beautiful, talented and capable. Sometimes just they need the confidence to reveal it. Real beauty is not a perfect skin, perfect makeup or perfect words. Real beauty is authenticity. It is courage, kindness, showing up even on the difficult days. So before I close, I would want to leave everyone with one final question. That is, if life removed all filters, makeups, titles, and appearances, what part of your true self would still shine the brightest? With this, I would like to invite last speaker of today's meeting, the Toastmaster Tanika. But before calling her, I would like to invite Toastmaster Siddhant on the stage.
So I'll be evaluating Tanika. Her pathway is dynamic leadership, level 3, project 4. And she has not asked me anything specific to evaluate. So I'll maybe evaluate the entire thing and see if there's a lot of spark in it.
The timing is different.
The timing is 4 to 6 months.
5 to 7.
15 minutes. 15 minutes.
Special project, so. Special project. तो बेसिक 12 पे दिखाना है ग्रीन
Timing is timing is 10 to 15 minutes.
10 to 15.
But ideally you should have told me that
10 minutes में दिखा से ग्रीन
10 minutes पे
ग्रीन पे ग्रीन दिखा then 12 पे पियानो दिखाओ
One also will be
नहीं तनिका होता है इसके प्रोजेक्ट 30 मिनट से भी होता है
level 4 है
that is for
level 4 level 3
Our time already is 10 minutes, so without giving an introduction, so please meeting roles and responsibilities. Toastmaster Tanika, meeting roles and responsibilities.
Just one question. The evaluation time is 3 minutes only.
नहीं और कम है
compensate 5 to 7 minutes
You wanted a prepared speech, you got it.
it's like over prepared, overburnt now. ज़्यादा को हो गया. From the first interaction is just ये बोल रही ना तो. चलो.
15 मिनट में 5 इसी में जाएगा लगता है.
नहीं सब चैट जीपीटी और ही मिलते थे देखो वो जो नीचे वाला जो कीपैड है उसमें स्क्रीन नहीं है
So good morning, fellow dispersals. I'm Tia Guest. Sorry for the chaos which has already created. Okay. So starting here, when we attend a particular Toastmasters meeting or any Toastmasters meeting, we usually notice the speakers, the table topic sessions, or the applause. But have you ever stopped to think about why we are actually attending a successful meeting? Because how a particular meeting can run so smoothly? Because behind every successful Toastmasters meeting is not just one speaker, but an entire team. And today, through this presentation, we will explore all different roles and responsibilities that every Toastmasters is performing to make sure that the meeting is organized properly and it is creating a wonderful experience for every member who is coming here. Okay? And by the end of this meeting, maybe you will realize that whether a particular role, it is small or big, it is giving you a leadership experience. So, why all these meeting roles matter? What is the importance of it? But a Toastmaster meeting is a very similar experience like in an orchestra. If only one person performs and everyone else stays silent, the experience becomes incomplete. Every meeting is teaching you, or every role is contributing something unique. Whether it is courage, organization, feedback, team time management. So, all the roles, when clubbed together, they transform a simple meeting into a wonderful experience. There are certain core meeting roles we are performing on a daily basis. These are all the roles which we are visually watching every day in every meeting. But each role has a very specific meaning and a big responsibility. For example, the Toastmaster. The Toastmaster is learning, coordination, and confidence. The evaluator is learning the skills of observations and feedback. The timer is learning, developing attentiveness and discipline. So even the smallest role is teaching you how to be accountable. Let's come to the very first role of the day, which is the Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster of the day is like the captain of the meeting. He has to prepare before coming here. He has the confidence, the courage, the ability to adapt all the situations which is happening here. He has to ensure that the audience is properly engaged and make sure when the segments are getting changed, it is transforming smoothly. And sometimes the Toastmaster of the day becomes a problem solver when the technology decides not to cooperate, like this has happened today. Coming to next is Topics Masters, which we call TTM or the speakers. So the Topic Masters make sure that members think quickly and speak spontaneously. Sometimes the table topics feels less like public speaking, but more like uninvited or unprepared interview questions. Coming to speakers. Speakers are the heart of the meeting. Because every prepared speech includes practice, courage, learning, and growth. Standing here in front of the audience and speaking confidently is never an easy task. You have to get a lot of courage. Coming to the evaluation team. Here are the evaluators for the today. This is one of the unique aspects of the Toastmasters, that the evaluation is getting done. In many places, people criticize us, the judges, but here, no one is judging you. They are helping you to grow together. Evaluators are not just pinpointing your mistakes, they guide you to become the better communicators. And the G, which is Sachin today, general
Sachin is omnipresent.
Make sure that the full meeting is getting reviewed constructively. So, we are at Toastmasters getting the experience of learning and improving continuously. Coming to the sporting roles, or I would say the auxiliary roles. These roles seem really small and people tend to hesitate to take it. But every role is teaching you something very unique. Let's start with timer. Timer is playing a very critical role. Timer is teaching you that every great speech needs to end on time. Grammarian is helping you to develop language awareness and grammar. Coming to our counter is noting down all the filler words like Sometimes after the our counter report, we get to know what our favorite filler words are. There are so many roles which is happening behind the scenes also. These are the roles which was clearly visible here. But how you are guys sitting here, how it is getting possible? So the club officer is making sure that every meeting is getting organized properly, it is welcoming, and it is properly at proper place. For example, let's start with VP education. If there would be no VP education, the meeting schedule becomes chaotic. If there would be no VP membership or PR, the guest will never be able to pick up that a particular Toastmaster is existing without the sergeant at arms. Sometimes the EC is not in the mood to chill. Or maybe in so much mood to chill now. That's how a particular club officers are performing behind the scenes. So leadership in Toastmasters is not all about speaking. It is about service and teamwork. So what actually is making a club truly successful? A particular Toastmaster is never run by a one person or one member. All the members, it grows when members support one another. Every role matters, every contribution matters, every member matters. And that is when the true strength of the Toastmasters starts. Final thoughts? Coming to fellow Toastmasters, whenever you are signing up for a particular role, you are not just completing the assignment which is given to you. We are developing leadership, we are improving our communication, and we are learning responsibilities through taking the ownership of the task. So next time, whenever you sign up for a particular role, whether it is sergeant at arms, timer, our counter, grammarian, remember, you are not just helping the Toastmasters, you are helping yourself also to grow. Thank you.
It was such a good onboarding sessions for getting
Orientation.
It's a good one.
कुछ नहीं मिला
अगली स्टोरी में
स्टोरी फॉर अनदर मैंने पैसे इसमें नहीं दिया पैसे मैंने फ्लाइट में बहुत साइड में पे करना पड़ा था
यार आज नेक्स्ट वीक हाँ तो उसी दिन गया था
Great meeting so far. Now the time is to evaluation. Firstly, let's start with speakers evaluation. First speaker is Prashant.
स्पीकर नहीं था
Thank you, General Evaluator. Okay, here you are, Toastmaster Aishwarya. First of all, your speech had everything in it. So this is not expected of a icebreaker. So I was pleasantly surprised. Like it had a structure. The idea for the icebreaker that I told in the very beginning was to understand you. And I'm very sure everyone in this room knows you a bit better now. So achieving a target or like the purpose of a speech, that is a very great thing, and you have the foundations there. Second thing, it takes courage to be vulnerable, to come out here to talk about your deficiencies, your experiences, the not so good one, but you were able to do that, and that shows you've already overcome that, and I'm sure you're going to do great in future. Finally, something that I also noticed was in your very first speech, you were able to use both word of the day and the idiom of the day. And let me tell you, like for at least for prepared speeches, you have everything going on in your brain. So it is another special skill that you have, that you were able to bring them up impromptu. And I'm sure, like even in the impromptu sections now, you will be a real good gem to add to our team. Coming on to the improvement areas. The first one was, and these are like very generic, all of us go through it, this is a learning curve and you will get better at it. But the first one was, most of the time in your speech you were looking up, right? You were trying to probably remember or take the flow through it, but you were always talking like this. So ideally what you should do is, from this side to that side, you maintain that eye contact, from the first row, from the middle row, from the end row, and try and maintain better eye contact. Another one was the speed at which you talk. It was a bit fast. So what was happening was, because you were talking too fast, when you were taking that breath in, we could hear that, and there was a little bit, I understand, like there was anxiety and emotions, but yeah, that is fine. Try and build a slower tempo, okay? And yeah, all in all, it was a wonderful speech. And finally, I would say, like from your story, your journey, I remember Rocky, the movies, that famous line. It doesn't matter how hard you can hit. What matters is how hard you can get hit and still get back up. So that was an amazing speech. And finally, 30 seconds for my 2 cents on the theme of the day. I don't see the Toastmaster of the day, he might have left, but I believe that was a wonderful topic, makeup. I understand like it was slightly skewed on the women's side of things. So next 30 seconds I'm going to take it for the boys in the house. I'm going to talk to you. First thing, it's okay and it's a good habit to take care of your skin. I'm not talking about makeup, okay? Taking care of skin, there's nothing wrong with it. You spend, and I'm telling from my personal experiences, seeing my friends, you spend 10 times more on one Friday evening than it would require to take care of your skin. So try and, even after this meeting or during the next week, go out, see a dermatologist. They will tell you very basic moisturizing and sunscreen, like 2 things, a morning and an evening routine. And there is nothing wrong with it, okay? You're not doing a makeup. So yeah, those are my 2 cents on the topic. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prashant. You followed the CRC approach of the Toastmasters. That suggests, just to add 2 things.
Evaluation में idea incept कर दिया.
To Aishwarya's speech.
Marketing.
Firstly, I didn't
What's the
think
brand
that
name
it
of
was an icebreaker. You were confident
What is your
and you were
brand?
using the stage very actively. And as you mentioned that you use the idiom of the day, word of the day. But one thing that he also mentioned, that you would have used the pauses effectively. Then the second evaluator is Harish.
So I'll be evaluating Vishwajit now. To begin with, Vishwajit, the speech was amazing, and as usual, I'm sure all of us can agree that you, when you're on the stage, you're the most fun and interesting person, and you make all of us laugh a lot. You use some great phrases like esoteric and exotic. It indeed is an esoteric and exotic word. You also used one more phrase, idealists might frown upon me. That was great. Your eye contact is amazing as always. Gestures good, and the audience always connects with what you say. Now, some areas of improvement from my side. You used a sentence, maybe focusing on 13 of them. So when you use maybe in your speech, you kind of lose authority and the audience loses conviction in your speech. So using such words I think is not advisable. The next one would be, for example, 50 vendors are doing the same thing. So this is something you tend to make a sentence into multiple fragments, and then that's your natural tendency. I would say, for example, is one, and then one complete sentence would be one, and that's how the flow should be. That will make you even better. In the conclusion, you use "since time is up," "in short, 2 quick things work for me," etc., etc. I felt that was a little unprofessional, or like maybe not speech-like. We could have used some better alternative to summarize or whatever. Some sort of a better alternative would have been better. But with all that being said, I thoroughly enjoyed your speech, and I'm always happy to see you on the stage. You make all of us laugh, and you gave a great speech today. So thank you so much.
Great evaluation. I will add a few pieces of cakes. One is you had a dramatic start, and second one was humor in the speech.
It's okay.
And third was you used the pauses very correctly. When you were mentioning I am a grade A, you paused and then you said procrastinator. That was a very intelligently done. One improvement I would suggest, that is you had a repeated hand gestures, and second was strategic movement of the stage. So it would be great if you had that. Then third, your letter is linky, postmaster linky.
Okay, this is for TM Satyam. A name I trusted.
Chocolate novel.
Yes. The way he. Just a moment. The way you paused after your opening question created real suspense. I would say that. So I really like the title. Clear storytelling, good audience connect. Good audience connect, relatable. I could see that the audience could feel what you were going through. Your tone was steady, but the audience stayed connected. Good open hand movement, no pacing, decent pauses. Didn't find any fillers to mention. Overall, it was I could visualize your angst throughout the story. What if you tried making the pitch more expressive? I would say, making the audience also giving back some expressions. Talking to the audience, like sadness. There was anxiety. There was shock. Tone and feel always go together. So I think a little bit of that. So overall, you were connected. So I would say the audience was connected, but I think that would just help. Overall, grammar was great. I just at one place I found that you said I haven't told my parents. I hadn't told my parents yet. So there were a lot of emotional expressions where the audience connected, but your pitch could go up and down. Hit enter and money was gone. You said tiny voice in my brain said let's check it again. Send to the wrong person. Mouth dries up. My heart was racing. So there were very good sentences that you used. Great English. Titanic had already met the iceberg. Logic had left my brain. So there were a lot of good sentences you used. Expression, I would say, in the end you said, had some hope. It was all me under the streetlight again. That expression was there. So a lot of expressions you used. There was clear message. You said efficiency is the biggest danger. So there was a long pause. So the message was take pause before you hit the click button. Name I trusted overall. Great sentences used. Visual story. This one, your story told us about how well, told us story about this topic was very, very clear, and it was very, very relatable. It has happened to me. So I could feel you. I have lost 75k ordering alcohol online. It never came back. It went somewhere. So I could feel you. Thank you. Thank you.
वेबसाइट में थोड़ी फोनी लग रही थी.
Never order online.
So how did you get the alcohol then?
It never came.
No.
75 की
75 it never came.
कौन सी सिंगल मॉल्ट आती है?
Did you ever get the money? That's what I wanted to ask.
रोते
What
रोते
happened?
दशा चढ़ता उतर भी गया.
To be continued.
I never got. It never came.
Great evaluation.
कहाँ के कहीं और से मंगवाया?
I would add.
दारू तो पियो.
I would like to add.
रोलर निकल गया दारू गया.
First is you started with a very intriguing question, and you executed the storytelling very, I would say, fascinatingly. I was hooked to the story and was listening throughout the speech. So that was a greatly done. One improvement I would like to give is that is strategic stage movement. Only one. Then fourth evaluator is Hemant, Toastmaster Hemant.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to start with a sentence. People come here to have a pause without being evaluated. I think the speech was fantastic. We were really hooked to the end. And I would say that it was a sparkling speech. It was flawless. The most memorable moment for me was when you said, doctor said no. We were engaged, we were thoroughly engaged. And if I'll say what worked well, everything. I did not find anything to recommend. If I'll say eye contact, it was very uniform. You were smiling, you were covering the stage. The way you were maintaining your hand gesture, the left hand was not working, like when you were doing some kind of hand gesture, you kept it like that. It shows how confident you were. You were using your right hand when it was required to use your right hand. Sorry. One minute. I'm sorry. It was very strong opening, relatable examples. Everyone was able to relate to it, the tea seller and how you connected well with our PM, and humor placement was right, clear structure, storytelling flow was amazing. So, and audience was connected. So that's all from my side. Thanks.
He has covered pretty much what you. I haven't written much thing about it because it was flawless. So I'll move to next evaluation. That is Siddhant. Toastmaster Siddhant.
Not
Today I will not just evaluate a speaker, but I think I'll evaluate the entire Toastmasters team. That was all of you have given exams, right?
Yes.
Yes. And I'm assuming that most of you have done well. But the people who have done well, let's take UPSC rankers or people who have done really well. What is one thing that they really do which helps them with, getting such good scores? Anyone wants to take a pass?
Research.
Discipline.
Paper leak.
Not Practice. Discipline.
Revision.
Revision.
This was all what the meeting was about. We got to know about the roles not only in front of us but behind us.
Yeah.
And that's what is important. So when Tanika started, right, she mentioned one thing. If one person performs and everyone else stays silent, the experience becomes incomplete. That is what a Toastmasters meeting is all about. I will have to, more than the speaker, I'll also have to, given that I'm a Toastmaster member, I have to, harp on the fact that how important Toastmasters as a structure is. Given that it was just a refresher session, it helps in understanding. So one thing I really want to commend you on, that you have made the life of VP membership very easy. He doesn't have to repeat the entire thing once again because all of that was in the PPT. Now the structure of the meeting was also, the structure of the speech was also how a meeting actually happens. It comes, there are, the T-Mod is there, T-Mod is the captain of the ship, we have the general evaluators, we have the evaluators, we have the speakers. So the importance of everyone was highlighted, including the auxiliary role players. We sometimes tend to miss out on giving a lot of importance to the auxiliary role players, and she highlighted that really well. Another thing that I would like to comment is the use of AI. You made the entire presentation. The effort you put in presenting that evaluation, that was also available in today's day and age.
Exactly. That's the point.
You handled glitches really well. Like for example, initially we were not able to connect, and then the duster also came up. So there were humorous moments also in the speech, which were confused. So in terms of structure, I think the meeting was fairly structured. I don't think I can add to that. The speech, was fairly structured, and I don't need to add a lot to it. But when it comes to delivery, I do have a few recommendations. I think one thing is I couldn't hear you well, so I have to, come here and sit. So it would have been better if you would have been a little louder for people who are sitting at the back, especially for your evaluator. Your stage movement, I don't know if that is a project, I don't know, like you have to stand here or whatever, but I wish that there was some stage movement across different roles that you could have done, and there was some voice modulation also. The one recommendation, another thing that we would have liked that, given the roles and you've been an active Toastmaster, if you would have had some personal story to link things. Like maybe sometimes you were a timer, sometimes you were the speaker, sometimes you were the evaluator, sometimes you were giving a speech like this. Like what was your experience like? A personal story would have been very relatable. All in all, I think this was a good refresher session. I know you stuck to your to the topic that was given, which I later got to know that you have to speak on certain things, and you did a really good job on that. And you stuck to the timing as well. You created an aura of fear of 10-15 minutes, but you but you finished it in 9 minutes 32 seconds. So that is also commendable. And my takeaway after this speech is my respect for people like Sachin, who are the sergeant at arms, because they don't give a lot of respect to people who help in running all these meetings. So the highlight for the auxiliary roles. So all in all, good speech and a good
नेक्स्ट इसी इलेक्शन में एक रोस्टिंग सेशन करा देंगे ना
कितना दबाव है इसके
Easy elections are coming soon. Netaji.
I think you covered all the points. Yeah, I have written good presentation, and it looked me like it was a knowledge transfer for everyone.
Division.
And the stage movement was not there, that was also covered. So I think it is pretty much covered. So let me give the general evaluation for the team or for the meeting.
Auxiliary roles?
June में
First, let's talk about auxiliary roles.
नहीं
Let me call upon first grammarian, TM Akash.
Hello everyone. So, in total, word of the day was spoken 3 times, and the idiom of the day also 3 times. And they were very great speeches. Like Aishwarya's one was, I think, inspiring. Vishwajit one is always one to watch. And Namita's speech can be inspiring, and Namita shows that it can be enlightening and emotional as well. It was very good. In Vishwajit's speech, there were many good phrases, though it was all casual, but the phrases were very good, like pearls of wisdom, thou shalt be our North Star, and laziness on dopamine, which is a very good phrase, and I will use that in future, and many others. So, and all in all, there was no grammatical mistake that I could think of. So it was a great session. Thank you.
Let's call upon next general evaluator, our counselor, TM Priya.
afternoon once again. Speaker 1, Aishwarya. So, excellent emotional intelligence and regulation, well done. I didn't find any filler word except this. This was used twice. Coming to speaker 2, Biswajit. Repeated word we shall twice. Happened twice. 4 times. You know twice. So 4 times, like twice. Speaker 3, Satyam. No filler words found. Pause used effectively. You know twice. So used twice. 4, Speaker Namita. Topic was very engaging and spotless. Well done. No filler words. Only 2 repeat words. Since when? Speaker Tanika. Repeated word only he has to twice. 2 times. And I also found that you are creating some kind of grasping sound. So like you are breathless. So that these kind of sounds you are making so many times. So if you see the video, probably you will find out. Then the evaluators, Linky. Okay, so you used 5 times, so 1 time. Siddharth, twice. Harish, 5 times. Hemant, no filler words. Prashant, 5 times. So, took the first position in the race. Thank you.
Next, activities.
Santa Wagyu.
Okay. PM Monica timer.
Hello everyone. So for the speakers, prepared speeches, we have 5 to 7 minutes of allotted time, and for evaluation it was 2 to 3 minutes. So the first speaker was Aishwarya. She took 5 minutes, 55 seconds. That's really good for an icebreaker speech. And her evaluator, Prashant, took 3.34 seconds. That was good. 3 minutes, 34 seconds. And speaker number 2, that is Toastmaster Vishwajit. He took 7 minutes, 34 seconds. His evaluator, Harish, he took 1 minute, 53 seconds. Speaker number 3, Toastmaster Satyam, he took 7 minutes, 38 minutes. And her evaluator, Linky, she took 2 minutes, 57 seconds. Speaker Namita, Toastmaster Namita, she took 8 minutes, 20 seconds. And
how much time?
8 minutes, 20 seconds. That was more.
In those cases, you have to keep your red flag on.
Okay.
Like,
Dance karna.
And sometimes speaker is not looking at.
That's why you have to be mindful.
किसी डिस्को में जाने वाला होता ना शुरू
And his evaluator took 1 minute 42 seconds. That is Toastmaster Hemant. Last is Toastmaster Tanika. She took 9 minutes 36 seconds. 9 minutes 36 seconds. And his evaluator, Toastmaster Siddhant, he took 4 minutes 20 seconds.
उसने compensate कर
कर
लिया.
15 मिनट मिला के करते.
Forms, if you can help me with Google Forms. So,
Create नहीं कर सकता.
Who's going to create it? Voice vote ले लो यार.
Okay, PM Kritika.
Team starts.
खड़ूसी चलो. बड़ी खड़ूसी चलो.
पता नहीं यार कौन बनाता कौन है वैसे.
ना अरे
नमिता वो ज़्यादा बना रहा है. अच्छा वो follow कर
I think team A, team B. I think team B say over here we have team A, and then from one.
मेरा तो दो एक दूसरे को साउंड देने वाले फील्ड में आ गए
Okay, so makeup. So there were a lot of parallels which Prince actually drew with the makeup in terms of speaking skills in public speaking. So what is humor parallel to in makeup?
Team B, na?
Team A.
क्या?
Blush.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it.
Okay. So team B, what does he parallel preparation to?
Primer.
Yeah, that's correct.
ये लड़के जीत पाएंगे?
And then team A, similar question. What does he parallel highlighter to?
Stage and lights.
No.
Humor.
Attention.
Positive area.
Strength.
Confidence.
No, no.
Confidence.
Let's try zero. Voice.
क्या?
Voice.
Voice. मैंने क्या आवाज? Not boys.
I said speech. I said speech.
Oh yeah.
She said it. She said it.
You would have heard that, you would have been shouting it.
अंडा दे दिया यार, बड़ा गंदा फील हो रहा है.
So coming to TM Aishwarya's speech, what was the first order prize she received?
10,000.
So आसान question है.
It was easy.
Yeah.
Okay. So team A, what would Aishwarya tell her 23-year-old self?
She would hug her.
Relax
and don't be hard on yourself.
Sonia Silver.
Be hard on yourself. Give her a hug.
We can give her one.
2.0.
But I don't know who all to give to because
मुझे दे दो.
जो ज़्यादा भूखता है चॉकलेट का.
half of कर लो. Okay, so team B, coming to TM Vishwajit's speech on procrastination. I'm just figuring out my handwriting. Just give me a second. Okay, so in his speech, what do scientists say about procrastination? So he represents that this is what scientists say about procrastination.
एक क्वेश्चन दूसरा पकड़ लिया. ताकि थोड़ा जुबान केसरी पकड़ लिया.
ये तो मैं पता ही था.
क्या
पता ही चला.
Give it to him as well because yes.
हमारे में से तीन है.
ये नाइंसाफी है बड़ी.
ये तो बड़ी नाइंसाफी है.
Okay, team A again on Vishwajit's speech. How to? There were two quick fixes. He said that could be used to complete tasks.
Task killing and
Delegation.
Monkey on the other back.
नहीं. अरे
नहीं खाना हमें
नो भाई तुम करो.
In TM Satyam's speech, okay, I think now everyone knows this. How much money did Satyam have?
60.
ask any question.
तो बड़ा bias है. बोला नहीं. पूछा ही था उसके बदले. कितने 5 factors हैं उसमें.
Okay,
She's changing the question.
a follow-up question on that.
ये ऐसे बांट रहे
How
हैं.
much did
मैंने दिया है.
अच्छा है ना भाई.
75,000. I love 75.
75,000. भाई क्या स्पेयर.
ये कैच नहीं लैंड हुआ इनका जब चलिए देखने वाले
सही है. अरे तुम किसके इनकम टैक्स ले रहे हो भाई. रेकॉर्ड मार देगा.
डीलर चार्ज.
टीडीएस काट रहा है अपना अलग से.
general awareness of the meeting.
Thank you.
So we started 15 minutes late.
Happy
And-
birthday to you.
There were multiple things observed. One was
अरे शांति
there were multiple things observed, like people were leaving the meeting during the speech or talking, so we should follow the rule of applauding, exiting while applaud. And then it's been observed that whenever one person is there and the handshake is not done during the stage exchange. And fourth point is, it's our responsibility actually as a being Toastmaster or the member that not creating this disturbance during the meeting. I observed that one bottle has fallen down, or the people were talking in between the meeting. I think that can be avoided during the meeting. And I would like to mention some good things also. Sachin started the meeting with fun and a serious message of Saath. And second was, Prince came up with a very relatable and very out of the box topic.
Very relatable,
Relatable yet out of the box.
For us.
अभी बना रहा हूँ मैं ऐसे ही.
GPT लिख रहा.
Third point is, we have observed that the good wife, the fun and all, so that was a great thing. Yeah, so we can wrap up the meeting.
मेरे को pass on कर.
Leadership को.
Thank you.
What a fun meeting it was.
ये क्या शौक है तुम्हारा यार? क्या बोल खतरों की यूएसजी का क्या शौक चॉकलेट खाता है?
So, thank you everyone for the wonderful meeting. Now to conclude the meeting, check your phones. On your WhatsApp groups, there will be a form link that you would have received. Please vote for your best speaker, best evaluator, best role player and best auxiliary role player. Everyone has the form? Any difficulty?
No.
Are you on the guest group?
Yes. I'm guest. I'm anyway sharing.
It will be coming. Okay. Other groups, active members group.
Yeah, we
Form
got
is
it.
there?
I am also guest.
Active members पे आ गए?
Yes, yes.
Can you forward on guest group? Okay, mic का issue हो रहा है. Net का issue हो रहा है. All right. Meanwhile, the form is coming. We can take the feedback for the session from our guests. I'll start from this side since we didn't take your introduction. So please introduce yourself as well. What do you do and what brings you here, and your feedback about the meeting.
Hi, my name is Ayush. I'm a finance manager at Retail, and what's bringing me over here is my mentor in my office has told me to work on the communication. So, and he also gave me the path that you should join for the corporate purpose. So yes, I joined this on the basis of that, and yes, I am a get over there. I really liked it. I did that. That's
Are you a CA?
Yes.
Are you a CA?
Are you a?
CA?
No,
Okay.
I'm not a CA.
Okay. All right.
Good.
Good.
Diversity. Consultancy खोल लो भाई GTMC.
Hi everyone, I am Nishant from class 11 standard and I am a humanities student, and I curiously joined and willing to join Toastmaster to enhance my public speaking skills, and willing to observe and communicate more.
Here on your own or someone? But yes, you are our youngest audience so far. Welcome. And first, get your exams clear. And
And you have to be more than 18 years.
Alright. How about you?
I thought it was going to be a pretty serious meeting or something, but it was pretty playful.
You never gave him some kind of.
It was a surprise. So he just came in the morning at 9 a.m. from a trek, traveled by the bus, and I just picked him up and said, we have to go here. So, yeah.
So you did not sleep? Okay.
ना तो ले
Somehow I find him resembling to
बड़ा भाई होने का पूरा फायदा उठाता ही है।
Babit. Alright. Did I miss anyone? Yes.
Hi, everybody. So it's my third meeting, I guess. I've been attending as a guest for 3 meetings now, and I really enjoy all the meetings. I'm looking forward to becoming a member and standing there on the stage and delivering my speech.
Definitely. So, one last feedback to Jay.
I love it, especially the element wherein the speaker Satya usually linked humor with the speech, so I love that element. And yeah, that's all.
Great. Thank you everyone for making this opportunity to do the certificates now.
अब तो क्या वो सर्टिफिकेट मिल रहा है वोटिंग क्या भी कर रहा है
तो हो गया
We can take the roles for the next meeting. Anyone?
Do you guys with this?
Namita, I'd like to give my icebreaker speech next week.
कौन बोला?
कौन बोल रहा
Next time to marathon होगा.
तुम दौड़ना चाहते हो करवा दे
Anyone for speaker?
Sachin.
So
Monica.
I'm not here.
Akash.
First, let me take other roles also now. Just speech related. Evaluator. Anyone for evaluator? Miss Kritika, isn't your icebreaker?
Hmm.
So you can evaluate.
Give someone senior ना icebreaker के लिए हमेशा senior
I can take an observation.
मतलब टीम और ले लो सबसे मुश्किल वही है
टाइम और स्टोर
Speech? You are debarred from speech.
मुझे ले लो टीम और
Alright, anyone else? GE?
Sachin.
नाम
जब
Evaluators, we need evaluators.
तनिका को बना दो evaluator
Next meeting में
आ
Rest of the roles I'm leaving everything.
प्रशांत 30 बार दिया प्रशांत
We have the all results now, so
तुम
let
करो।
me announce the winners. Rated. Chocolates कितनी बची है?
एक है
I think we have
I didn't get the chocolate.
4 है, 4 more.
One for me.
तुम्हारे पॉकेट में है तो निकालो
तनिका फोटो
Alright, so I'll start with the best auxiliary role player.
फोटो कौन खींच रहा है फोटो खींचो
So that goes to our active listener, Toastmaster Kritika.
Santa Claus.
गणेश के लिए ज़्यादा सही है।
गणेश फोटो ले ले भाई।
गणेश आप ही ले लो।
फोटो
फोटोज।
Where to watch?
किधर देख रहे हो?
Which phone?
समझे सर paparazzi। मम्मी क्यों नहीं राजी होती कभी?
Best role player are TMOD of the day.
Prince.
Toastmaster Prince. Okay. Best evaluator.
बेस्ट रोस्टर होना
Congratulations. एक evaluation का session ले लेना. I really want to learn that. All right. Best speaker. To someone who started today. Yes.
लंबा था।
Alright, and before I forget, let us take a group picture.